Jim McKee, site manager at Brunswick Town, Fort Anderson, State Historic Site.
Chris Southerly, assistant state archaeologist with the Underwater Archaeology branch based at
It
Fort
might
Fisher.
be a little bit earlier than thought, perhaps.
Yeah.
I guess looking at it in comparison to some of the other cannons that have been found in the region, North Carolina, specifically with Queen Anne's Revenge site, which was early 18th century, 1718. This is very similar to several of the English guns that came off of Queen Anne's Revenge site in terms of size and style. But it's very, very similar to to some of the 6-pound guns, the 6-pounders that were on the Queen Anne's Revenge.
Okay. Now the end of the muzzle there, it's detached. What are the many theories have you guys come up with here?
Well, the break on it has definitely been broken for a while. That's, I think, the only thing we could say for certain. And the corrosion and the concretion that's on it is indicative of that. Beyond that would be speculation. It could have, sometime between when it was deposited on the bottom as part of a shipwreck or thrown overboard, whatever the scenario would have been, it could have been hit and sheared off by something. It could have also, it is similar to some of the failures that you see on guns of this period when they're fired. It could have failed in the firing process and cracked as part of that.
That's what I want.
Which that would be the fun story.
Yeah, that's the fun story. That's the one we want.
That's the one that everybody hopes for. Is you always hope for the good story that goes along with the artifacts and the real historical events.
Right.
Because that's what everybody likes to have and to hear are the fun stories.
Yeah, and it looks better on a panel.
It does.
It really does. It looks
Like
much
that.
better on the panel.
What was the fate of the ship?
The Fortuna blew up. We don't know if it was an internal explosion down in the hold, or if it was up on the deck. Just don't know.
And that's that could be one of the great speculations and stories that you could tell with this. This could have been a misfire that caused the explosion.
Yeah, this could be literally the smoking gun.
Yeah. I mean, you can come up with all different hypotheses and theories and speculation on it. So
That's the fun and the aggravating part at the same time of working with something like this. You've got these great theories that all you got to do is just do the conservation and hope you find the answer. But a lot of times you're not going to find it.
Yeah.
You're not going to find the answer, and a lot of times you won't find the answer you want. Mm-hmm. As much as we want that to be a failure during battle, it could have been something as easy as it went into the water and later on a prop hit it and chopped it off. It could be something that.
the conservation the plan is to do the conservation for the cannon actually here at Brunswick Town, Fort Anderson. That way, this is where ultimately our office would want the cannon to come back to. We always try and place artifacts as close to where they're found or where they can be best interpreted.
And it's a great opportunity for the public to see what it takes to get a lot of these artifacts on display for them. It's not you dig it up and it's ready to go, or you pull it out of the river or the ocean or wherever and it's ready to go. It sometimes takes years for these artifacts to be stable enough to be able to be presented to the public. So it's a great opportunity for the public to educate themselves on the process.
Our thought is there may be, there probably is more out there. We do have some of the remote sensing surveys that have been done. We do have some magnetic targets near and around Brunswick Town here, and this may have come from one of those. So that's going to be in our offices, the underwater branch's plans for the future is to see if we can't manage to, with our, get some of our staff over here to do some, survey or reconnaissance dives, at least to check it out. We're being state agencies, we are funding limited.
Yeah, and you're stretched thin
So
anyway.
anytime we can get a multi-agency collaboration or a state-federal collaboration or a private-public partnership type of arrangement, it's a win-win situation, for us and ultimately for the public.
What was your reaction from both of you when you guys got that call from the Army Corps of Engineers? Oh,
Merry Christmas. I mean, honestly, Merry Christmas.
It's like my first thought was, oops.
Well, yeah.
Because this isn't supposed to happen, because of they are federally designated channels that have been surveyed and cleared. So when they're dredging within the set boundaries and to the set limits, they shouldn't run into something.